There is a conversation that no one wants to have. Not the media, not your friends, certainly not polite society. They tell you that your feelings of powerlessness are progress. They tell you that your lack of aggression makes you safe. But deep down, in the pit of your stomach, you feel something else. You feel hollow. You feel the sting of a partner's constant criticism, and instead of leading, you withdraw. You feel the crushing weight of economic pressure, and instead of fighting, you freeze. You feel like a guest in your own life. This isn't about politics. This is about biology. This is about the psychological state of emasculation, not the physical act, but the spiritual one. The feeling that your authority, your ability to captain your own ship, has been hijacked. Most channels won't touch this because it's offensive. I don't care. We are here to fix it. Today, we are not just talking about feelings. We are performing a rescue mission on your masculinity. Let's define the enemy. Emasculation usually happens in the gap between who society expects you to be. The provider, the rock, the leader, and the reality of your daily life. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe your wife makes more money than you and holds it over your head. Maybe you just feel like you can't do anything right. That gap creates shame, and shame is the killer of men. When a man feels shame, he does one of two things. He explodes, he gets defensive, loud, and aggressive to prove he's tough. He implodes, he withdraws, he plays video games for 6 hours, he stops initiating intimacy, he becomes a ghost. Both of these are reactions, and as long as you are reacting, you are not in control. You are a slave to the thing that hurt you. This is most painful in relationships. When you feel disrespected or criticized, your ego screams, "Fight back." You want to explain, defend, and argue. I want you to visualize a king and a court jester. The jester is loud. He jumps around. He is desperate for attention. If you insult the jester, he throws a tantrum. The king sits on the throne. He barely moves. His power is in his stillness. When you argue with a partner who is disrespecting you, you think you are fighting for your honor. You aren't. You are dancing for them. You are showing them that they have the remote control to your emotions. They press insult. You play anger. The Stoic approach, the king's approach, is strategic non-engagement. When the disrespect starts, you don't yell. You don't retreat in fear. You stand your ground, you look them in the eye, and you simply refuse to play the part of the jester. You say, "I'm not going to continue this conversation while you're speaking like that." And then, and this is key, you follow through. You aren't running away. You are enforcing a boundary. You are teaching the world how to treat you. Society has rigged the game. It tells you your worth is a number, a salary, a height, a body count. If you play by their scorecard, you will always lose, because the goalposts always move. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man on earth, yet he wrote to himself that applause is just clacking of tongues. He knew that if he relied on Rome to tell him he was a good man, he was a slave to Rome. You need an internal scorecard. Did you keep your word today? Yes or no? Did you control your temper? Yes or no? Did you face a fear? Yes or no? If you check those boxes, you are a man of value, period. It doesn't matter what your bank account says right now. It doesn't matter what your ex says. When you validate yourself, you become uncancelable. You become uninsultable. The feeling of emasculation feeds on passivity. The more you sit and think about how weak you feel, the weaker you become. The antidote is action. Stoicism is not about sitting on a rock thinking thoughts. It's about movement. You feel weak? Go lift something heavy until your hands shake. You feel broke? Spend an hour learning a new skill instead of scrolling TikTok. You feel lonely? Go to a community event and introduce yourself to 3 people. Action kills shame. You cannot feel powerless when you are in the middle of accomplishing something difficult. The world wants you weak. Weak men buy things to feel better. Weak men are easy to control, but you have a choice. You can be the victim of your circumstances or the master of your mind. If you are ready to stop reacting and start ruling, I want you to comment below, "I hold the frame." Make that declaration. Subscribe if you want to survive the modern age. I'll see you in the arena. Thanks for being here with the Stoic Quotient, where ancient strength meets modern life.